We're here in the heart of the colonial city in downtown Santo Domingo with Chris Corcino. He is the founder of Intellisys. Very interesting IT software company. A lot of you out there probably don't associate the Dominican Republic with IT and software development, but Chris is a great example of another great entrepreneur in Latin America doing some interesting stuff. So Chris, give us the very brief history of how you got Intellisys off the ground.
I was working in New York City as a software developer, as a lead architect, and I started sending work back to the Dominican Republic to freelancers. And in 2007, we rented an apartment and put 3 developers in it, and then just started from there. And we started training them, just trying to find out what training and what the developers were lacking here in Dominican Republic in order to compete at the level that I was working in New York. And then we just started making a lot of mistakes in terms of the hiring of the developers and the training and the personality, and trying to build a cool culture. It all has been about building a really cool culture so that everybody likes to work in it, and just getting over different mistakes, and then fixing one to find the next and fix the next, and that was in 2007. Right now we're 43 and it's 2012.
Great. So Chris is set up in the city of Santiago, Dominican Republic, with 43, you said. Yep. 43 staff. And you have your client base is mostly US?
Yes, it's US, and we do have 30% in Canada, but it's mostly US, and mostly New York. We have clients in New York, Austin, and now we started working with people in Alabama, in Birmingham, and also in Washington DC. And in Canada, we have in Waterloo and in Calgary.
So can you tell us a little bit about who these companies are and what kind of services you're doing? Are you doing Agile or .NET?
Yes. In terms of methodologies, all we do is Agile methodology. We do mostly Scrum, but we also have Lean, Kanban, and XP, pure XP. And in terms of the technology itself and the platforms, probably 50% is PHP, MySQL, LAMP, and the other is mostly .NET. And we do Java, but on the client side on Android. And we do iOS, HTML5 on PhoneGap and for mobile and stuff like that. And again, the clients are US and Canada.
Okay. And what is your view on the potential of the Dominican Republic for IT services, ITO?
Okay. Well, I think right now there is a big challenge that it's I would say a challenge for any entrepreneur and also the government, which is the education. Based on my experience, and I cannot speak for the whole country, but based on my experience in Santiago, the universities, they're doing a very good job of preparing the IT staff for the Dominican market. But once you get into a higher market, global market, US and Canada, there are some gaps that need to be filled. And I think there is a lot of good intentions in part of the government, but in terms of the result, they're still not there. So I see that right now that's our biggest struggle. As a company, we could have right now we're only 43 because we cannot find enough people. We could have we have clients to be double our size, but
So one of the things that we've always noticed that are an indicator of a fully functioning nearshore market is when the private sector works with the public sector, and the public sector listens to the private sector, and when the private sector says, look, you need to spend more attention on this and this, and here's your gaps. At what level is the Dominican Republic IT BPO community communicating to the public sector to say, here's how the policies are that you should look to follow?
I know there is a big initiative in terms of the government, Cluster Cell, and we were a member of it. And I think in the past year, I think it has cooled up a little bit. I think at least from the Santiago side, I'm not sure what they're doing here in the capital. But for us in Santiago, we've been having greater, and we haven't approached the government, or the government hasn't approached us. However, we have approached local universities, and they've been great. The university, the Camaima, they're they've changed like their curriculum a great deal. Like a few years back, like the graduates that we were getting, they wouldn't be able to pass our test. We had to train them, and now like they're able to pass our test. And it has been changed that, I mean, they talk to us. I cannot take credit for that. I know that they do have a great deal of smart people there that they're probably like will have figured out by themselves. But they, they talk to us and they listen to other people. And I think they made a lot of changes. And that's something that we're trying to replicate in Santiago with other local universities. In terms of the government, I think like there's a lot of good intention, but in Santiago, I don't see a lot happening.
Okay. And final thought, Intellisys in 2 or 3 years, what's your vision? 3 to 5 years, what's your vision?
Right now, like we see, and we tend to see ourselves as a training company because we've done so much training with the employee. So I think that's gonna be like our biggest challenge. So like to be able to solve that problem, and in terms of that, like we hope to continue help like U.S. and North American entrepreneurs to implement their ideas, and also like we started like to not only help them but also invest with them. Actually, the Brooklyn game, which is the fan side for the Brooklyn Nets, like we're partner. We're not only like their outsourcing company, but we also partner with them on that side. And there are a lot of other places where we see ourselves not only as a outsourcing company, but also as a partner with the clients.
Okay. Well, Chris, great to see you. I wish you the best, and we'll check in with you in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.